It's been 2 weeks since I made the video and decided that I wanted to bid on a house on auction, and in this video I'll go through how far I am with collecting cash for making the bid. So how much money have I put in the pocket. So one of the things we can do to save money is like look at what do we have of like free stuff in our drawer. So I have like a kebab free, 6 kebab is free, so I'll go get the free kebab now and then put the money in my house jar instead. So I had my free kebab duo thing, last one in the next few weeks, where I'll put all the money towards the buying a house on auction. So what I'll talk about today now is how much money we've collected in cash and like in the bank account, how much we are planning on bidding on the property, and then I'm going to give some tips and tricks on how to get the money if you don't really have that much money for your first property, how we leveraged it in the beginning when we started in like 2020 when we were like trying to get more property. Anyways, so in the last few weeks, then I had 4,700 Danish crowns, so they looked like this. So now I have acquired a little bit more than I have some euros. So kind of like euros kind of look like toy money from like the Monopoly game. Sort of funny. Looks like, I don't know what this is. Anyways, looks a little bit like toy money to me, and then I have some cash here, like coins. The thing in Denmark is that I need 10,000 Danish crowns in order to like in cash or like cash app when you go on the auction. So I'm almost there with having the cash for that. Unfortunately, we can't really change things. Again, like if you want to invest in properties, then you probably shouldn't buy a lot of stuff on Timo unless you have like a plan on what to do with it. So these Timo stuff is going to go into our short-term rentals to make like an Easter theme. The only reason why they've been there for a few weeks is because my wife rented out the house for an entire month, while last year it was empty. So that is actually extra cash that is going towards the auction house. So how was it going since last time? So the last video I made, I was talking about we had 4,700 Danish crowns. That's around 630 euro cash and no money in the bank account. So what we need to do is that we need to, in order to bid on the property, then we need 1 crown plus the fees. The thing is that we can actually, if no one bids a crown, then you would start bidding into the fees. So the fees are 33,000 Danish crowns, so like 4,424 euros. It's funny when you can write blue with your finger sometimes. Not sure. Anyways, so we would need the minimum of 33,000 Danish crowns or 4,424 euros in order to bid 1 crown on the property. So if we look at the cash, then we had 1,265 euro, the toy money. Then we have 7,025 and a half Danish crowns, the real money, and that's a total of 16,462 real Danish money, or like the equivalent of 2,207 fake euro money. So that means we are halfway there in order to pay for the property cash if we bid 1 crown and we win the auction. So the thing that has happened since last time is that we had another landlord who owed us 7,000 Danish crowns. Then we have some tax on it, so we would get 5,600 crowns. The rest of the money we unfortunately need to give to the state. Then I did some active renting, so I tried like renting out a few extra rooms, and then I got 2 people who paid 2,500 for renting rooms, and then I had 1 guy who paid 1,500, and then the wife, as I mentioned, rented out an empty house that was empty last year, so that's a total of 24,000. So if we combine the 24,000 and the 5,600, then it's 29,600. So the rules of the game is that like the money we usually make, I'm not going to count towards this, right? So they're going to pay bills that I'm behind on and like pay other stuff. So the rules is that in order to take the money and use them on the auction, then I need to do something active, not passive. I'm not saying I'm playing PlayStation. So this is like trying to find some extra money. So we found 29,600 the same with the landlord guy, right? So I sent him to foreclosure and then all of a sudden he could pay me, right? But I did something active in order to get the money. So if we look at the total, then we have the 29,600 on the bank account. We have the 16,400 in cash, so that's 46,000. Then I have OPM. So a friend of mine said like, oh, he wanted to give us 20,000 for this, like let us borrow it for like 9 months. So that is OPM, so that means other people's money. So in total we have 66,000. So what we're going to talk about in another video is the financials. So we kind of calculated that we would not have a problem bidding 40,000 on the house. Then you have the cost, which is like the 31,000. So that means like we would need 72,000 in order to make a 40,000 crown bid. So that means like we have a gap here of around 6,000 missing, and that is including the OPM of 20,000. So we have 11 days until the auction, and I would prefer not to use OPM, other people's money. So if we could somehow find 26,000 more, that would be awesome. So that is equivalent to 3,485 euros. Yeah, so that is like the cash plan so far of what we're going to do. The next video here, I'll talk about the economics, and then I'll make a video where I'll talk about the renovation, like the plan for the renovation. So that is, and then I promise like to talk a little bit about the thing with how you could do this if you were like what we did in the beginning. So in 2020, we were doing some, there are like delivery services for supermarkets. So we were delivering food for the old people and other people and lazy people. And the thing was like in Denmark, you could get like 5 to all the way up to, I think, almost 20 euro, but that was a lot of stuff, if you go deliver things for other people in the supermarket. So we went and delivered the stuff. And then every day we would make like 100 crowns, and a month that's like 3,000 crowns if you just did that. So we were up doing like 8,000 crowns per month for 3 months. It's more like in our financing course. We'll go more through that. It's beyond the scope here. Anyway, so that's a little bit more than 1,000 euros or $1,000 per month. We were getting that for like when I got off work. Then I would go and deliver food. It's like Bolt and stuff too, right? And you could also just take an extra job at McDonald's, and you would make some extra money. And then I was working in I call it stupid job at something called Nemlicom, where I was driving a forklift. So I was earning like, got a payout of 18,000. So this is taxable money, but because of like driving things, you put deductions, and I didn't need to pay tax on it. Anyway, so in Nemlicom it was 18,000. Then I would have, after I paid all my costs and stuff and rent and food, then I would have like around 10,000 for investment. So that is like a way of getting like 18,000 per month, and then like it's quite simple. Then you can get a rental property, or get a rental property and do house hacking within within a year, right? And then you can stack them on top of each other. So in 2022, I was doing house hacking. So I quit the job, I quit delivering food, and I was doing house hacking. I was also like a firefighter. I was making money on the properties, but this is like extra money besides that. So one way of getting extra money is not spending your salary. Another way is house hacking and then delivering the foods. So in 2022, I was doing house hacking, so renting out. Practically at the end, I was renting out every single room in the house, and had to borrow a room at my mom's place. So just to get the extra cash flow to keep buying properties. So in euros, this equals 1,072 euros for like delivering the food back then, 1,340 euros for like cutting the cost and just putting the money in the cookie jar for properties. And then in 2022, it was like 3,351 euro per month from doing house hacking. Anyways, as I promised, there's going to be the other videos in 11 days. We're going to bid on the property. Do you think we're going to win? Get it? Write it in the comments below. If you didn't subscribe to the channel. If you don't like the video, give it a dislike. If you like it, give it a like. What do you think? Write it in the comments below. Are there anything you could do in order to like get a little bit of extra cash so you could go out and bid on an auction house, foreclosure house? Write it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.